So, UnEpic. What is it? It's part platformer, it's part RPG, and it's referred to as a Metroidvania genre by many people. What is Metroidvania? Well, it's basically a genre of game where it's a non-linear genre of game where you have a big hub in the center of the world full of doors like this. And as you progress through the game, you'll unlock more doors, but you also have to go back and revisit areas you visited previously for quests and whatnot. So it has a lot of retreading, I guess you could say, in that sense. You'll have to retread a lot of previous stages. Now I'm trying to remember where I was here. Let's just jump in one. Okay. So, what does Metroidvania really... what does UnEpic really have going for it here? Well, for me, I would have to say it's sort of a contemporary pixel art style with the graphics. A lot of, like, Spelunky, it went a bit overboard in the original. This looks like the smoother version of it. Like what you'd expect from games which came out in the late 90s. It had the pixel aesthetic to it, but it was much cleaner than that. It wasn't... I really don't know the terminology for it, but I would call it dirty pixels versus clean pixels. And this is a cleaner pixel look to it. And the controls are really smooth as well. I like the way you handle the sword. There's some real weight to it. Now, there are many different weapons in the game. And it's really interesting because you don't just have like a one-size-fits-all. You have bows, you have axes, and the bow will be ranged. So if I pick up the bow, I pick up the bow here. Okay. I might also want to zoom in. I'll be able to fire it from range because normally the snake would be able to attack me if I got close enough, and they'll poison you. So there's quite a selection of weapons. Here you have the dagger, which you can sneak up behind people. Not people, humanoids, I believe they use as a term. And stab them in the back for extra critical damage. I'm not sure I'll be able to actually use this. No, he won't let me sneak up from behind. But, so there was quite a variety of weapons. And in case you ever get sick of weapons... You also have spells. Now, I haven't gotten very far in the spell progression line, but once you do, apparently you can cast different things with a wand. There appears to only be one wand. So, what else? What else? I should have made notes for this. Oh, yeah. You can basically teleport anytime back to the save point, which is really great. I don't like games where you have to, stick with it until you reach the next save point. This is a much nicer way of doing it, where you can just, if you need to quit, you can just jump right back to the save point. Or if even you're in the middle of a battle and things are going pear-shaped, you can just jump back right away. Oops. Oh. Now, the dagger actually works quite well on getting them from behind. Usually, if a sword, it takes two. Okay, I'm getting hit a lot here, but never mind. So, now the character development is rather interesting. There are many different attributes, and you can assign skill points to them every time you level up. You get about 5 skill points, and it is restricted only by your level, which helps prevent any skill from being overpowered potentially. For example, I am level 5 and I can't increase my constitution any more than 5 points. The quests. You can recall quests at any time, and you can also follow quests in the side panel on the left corner. Not the left corner, the lower right corner, which is really helpful because a lot of times you can forget exactly the exact criteria of what you needed for completing the quest. And there are bosses in the game. I defeated the boss here. I should have saved that one. It was rather interesting. But then again, I wouldn't be able to talk if I was killing a boss. So what else? Let's see here. I think that covers pretty much all the mechanics of the game. Challenges, I haven't really gotten into that. So, there was also a multiplayer mode, and then the options I would like to go through. Now, the options are lacking, to say the least. You can't even adjust the resolution, but it is playing at full 1080p, so I guess you can't complain too much. I know when this game first came out back in 2011 on the PC, there were problems with it. It was a real odd resolution size, but they seem to have corrected that, which is great. It has full voice acting, but again, the options are lacking pretty much. And it also has multiplayer. Now, I've tried searching for groups, and there are only usually about 2 groups that are actually open. A lot of them are private, so I'm not sure exactly what's up with that. I've never successfully joined one, so if you're looking for multiplayer, unless you have friends that also play this game, this might not be the one for you. So, type for the watch. Okay, you know what? I'm just going to start a new one. I think, yeah, I'm totally starting a new one here. Let's start a new one and skip the tutorial. Okay. Wow, they really did skip the tutorial. If you did the tutorial, you'd see there's a bit of a backstory to the game. And, many people have hailed it as humorous. Now,
it is recommended to when you...
Okay, they actually do have a little bit of a tutorial, though I said to skip tutorial. The story is considered by some to be pretty cheesy. The humorous jabs are not at all thinly veiled. It's pretty obvious, the references and stuff. If they're that kind of person, that might appeal to you. The humor also gets, it's a bit on the vulgar side, unless you choose the PG version of the game. And even then, this is not a game I would recommend for children due to thematic elements. So, here we are, back at the beginning place. I think that pretty much covers everything I was going to mention. So, UnEpic. So, for your consideration, UnEpic. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. And until next time, farewell.